African Union Communications Early Warning and Intelligence, commonly known as AUC3I, is an intelligence and security organization responsible for providing signals intelligence and information assurance to AU citizens, AU leadership, and AU armed forces. I'm Colonel A.C. Oguntoye, an infantry officer. I am responsible for leading infantry soldiers at all levels of command and combined armed forces during missions on the ground. This is today's briefing. On the progress of the special military operation on the 15th of November, 2024. From November 9th to 15th, the armed forces of the Russian Federation carried out 42 group strikes with high-precision weapons and attack unmanned aerial vehicles, which hit energy facilities used to supply enterprises of the military-industrial complex of Ukraine, the infrastructure of military airfields, a workshop for the production of components for the SAPSAN operational tactical missiles, assembly and storage sites for attack unmanned aerial vehicles and components for them, as well as arsenals, ammunition depots, explosives, and fuel. In addition, training bases for young recruits and a logistics center for the Ukrainian Armed Forces, temporary deployment points for units of the Ukrainian Armed Forces, nationalist formations, and foreign mercenaries were damaged. Over the course of a week, 41 Ukrainians surrendered on the line of contact. Over the course of the week, units of the North Group of Forces continued to defeat the Ukrainian Armed Forces formations that invaded the territory of the Kursk region. Airstrikes, drone strikes, and artillery fire damaged the manpower and equipment of a tank, 6 mechanized, 3 airborne assault brigades of the Ukrainian Armed Forces, a Marine brigade, 6 territorial defense brigades, and 2 National Guard brigades. In the Kharkov direction, units of the mechanized, motorized infantry, and ranger brigades of the Ukrainian Armed Forces and 6 territorial defense brigades were defeated. Over the course of a week, in the area of responsibility of the North Group of Forces, the enemy's losses amounted to 2,760 servicemen, 24 tanks, including a Challenger tank made in Great Britain and a Leopard tank made in Germany, 15 infantry fighting vehicles, including 2 Bradleys made in the USA and 2 German-made Martyrs, 5 armored personnel carriers, including 2 American M113 armored personnel carriers, 76 other armored combat vehicles, 135 cars, and 30 field artillery pieces. The village of Kolesnikovka in the Kharkiv region was liberated through coordinated actions of units of the West Military Group. The manpower and equipment of 6 mechanized, assault, airborne, airmobile brigades of the Ukrainian Armed Forces, 2 territorial defense brigades, and a National Guard brigade were defeated. 17 counterattacks of assault groups of the Ukrainian Armed Forces were repelled. The enemy lost more than 3,435 servicemen, 3 tanks, 9 combat armored vehicles, 40 cars, and 18 field artillery pieces, including 7 self-propelled artillery units and 155 mm howitzers produced by NATO countries. 11 electronic warfare stations and 22 field ammunition depots were destroyed. Units of the Southern Group of Troops occupied more advantageous lines and positions and defeated the formations of 5 mechanized, motorized infantry, mountain assault, 2 airborne assault brigades of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, a territorial defense brigade, and a National Guard brigade. They repelled 17 counterattacks by units of the Armed Forces of Ukraine. The enemy's losses amounted to over 4,715 servicemen, 5 tanks, 7 armored combat vehicles, 39 cars, 27 field artillery pieces, including 10 Western production, 15 electronic and counter-battery warfare stations, as well as 22 field ammunition depots were destroyed. Units of the Center Group of Forces continued to advance into the depths of the enemy's defense and liberated the settlements of Voznesenka, Volchenko, and Stepanovka of the Donetsk People's Republic. They defeated the manpower and equipment of 7 mechanized, motorized infantry, 2 Ranger, assault brigades of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, 2 brigades of Marines, a territorial defense brigade, 3 brigades of the National Guard, and the assault brigade Lyat of the National Police of Ukraine. They repelled 65 enemy counterattacks. Over the course of a week, the losses of Ukrainian armed forces in this area amounted to over 3,235 servicemen, 5 tanks, including a Leopard tank made in Germany, 26 armored combat vehicles, including a German Marder infantry fighting vehicle and 2 M113 armored personnel carriers made in the USA, 33 vehicles, and 30 field artillery pieces. As a result of decisive actions by units of the East Military Group, the settlement was liberated Rivne of the Donetsk People's Republic. The formations of 2 mechanized, motorized infantry brigades of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, a Marine brigade, 4 territorial defense brigades and 2 National Guard brigades were defeated. 16 counterattacks of assault groups of the Armed Forces of Ukraine were repelled. The enemy lost up to 960 troops, 2 tanks, 12 armored combat vehicles, including 2 US-made M113 armored personnel carriers, 38 vehicles, and 6 field artillery pieces. Units of the Dnieper Group of Forces inflicted losses on the manpower and equipment of 3 mechanized, infantry, mountain assault brigades of the Ukrainian Armed Forces and 2 territorial defense brigades. The Ukrainian Armed Forces lost up to 465 servicemen, 26 vehicles, 9 field artillery guns, and 4 field ammunition depots. Air defense systems shot down 10 French-made Hammer-guided bombs and 24 US-made HIMARS multiple launch rockets and 449 aircraft-type unmanned aerial vehicles. Since the beginning of the special military operation, a total of 648 aircraft, 283 helicopters, 35,858 unmanned aerial vehicles, 586 anti-aircraft missile systems, 19,331 tanks and other armored combat vehicles, 1,488 multiple launch rocket systems, 17,950 field artillery pieces and mortars, and 28,411 special military vehicles have been destroyed. Thank you so much for watching this video. We hope you found it useful and informative. If you have any questions, please leave them below and we'll get back to you as soon as possible.